Hello everybody, this is the second of the Excel tutorials and the focus of this one is formatting. So I've got my gradebook set up here and I've added 5 sample student names. Directly above those student names I've put points possible and then the name of the assignment, and then underneath those student names I've put averages, and this is the way that I suggest you set yours up. I have a few homework, I'm on my homework sheet, so I have a few homework grades here, and then I've got a column ready to put the totals for homework for each of my students. I want to do a little formatting to make this look more understandable. So the first thing I'm going to do is work on the borders. Now I like all my Excel data to look like it's in a table, so I'm going to select, I'm going to drag over, clicking on assignment, holding and dragging down to the bottom of this range, and I'm going to use the formatting button up here on my ribbon. I like to do all borders. So I'm going to put all borders for this one. Okay, that looks better. Now for that merged cell that I made for the title above, which I had done over these 5 columns, instead of all borders, I think I'm going to make it look a little bit more official, and I'm going to use the thick outside border. And those are the only 2 borders that you need for the gradebook and the quiz that we're working on. While I'm here in my title, I think I would like to make this word bold. If you wanted to increase the font size, also up here in the formatting area of the toolbar, you could do that just to make it look a little bit more like a title. While I still have this selected, I may even go to my paint bucket and work on my shading. So I'm going to make this one sort of a yellowish color so that I can quickly distinguish that that's my homework tab. Now shading is also useful for your data area. I'm going to shade both the assignment and points possible areas, and I'm going to put them in gray so that it doesn't interfere later on with my conditional formatting. I'm going to do the same thing with my averages. So again, I'm just holding and dragging over the cells that I want to select, that range, and then simply applying my fill color. If I don't see the color, I can use the down arrow to pop that down. I'll also do all of my totals here just to make sure that I'm only going to focus on my data, which is going to be entered in here. Now, to kind of show you when it's already done, I'm going to go over to the test area because we're going to do a little data entry. Now I've added the data here, and when you're entering the data, just be careful, because this is all sample data, that the data in these columns is not larger than the possible test points, because that's going to mess things up a little bit. So keep your data as this, with this as the top value, and you've noticed that on these tests, the students were able to earn half points on some of it, or perhaps I awarded half credit. Now, I don't really want to deal with these half points for test 1. So I'm going to do is select these, and I'm going to just kind of have it rounded up by going up to this increase decimal, decrease decimal area. In this case, I'm going to decrease the decimal because I just want it to round up. And you notice it will round. That information is still there if I used it in a formula, but for now it's going to round it up, and that's fine. Now, for test 2, maybe I do want to count the half points. So I could, even on this one, just increase the decimal and get it down to either 2 decimal points or 1 decimal point to kind of make it even so that the numbers are aligned. For this last one, I'm going to decrease